Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
The big Echis Soshirukii needs a substrate change, so that's what she's going to get. I doubt she will get butt hurt for very long. She's always looking for a feed, and today is no exception. So I can disturb her and put her back in her cage, and if she doesn't eat this week, I'm sure she'll eat next week, but by the size of her butt, she doesn't really need to feed for months. So let me pause this, move the camera back a bit, and take it from there. She naturally thinks that she's going to get fed, but she is going to have a rude surprise. Hello, hello, yes, yes, the feeding guy is here, but he's not bringing food right this minute. She is the mother of all the Echis Soshirukii produced. She's produced over 100 babies. Her largest litter was 39 babies, most of which, whoops, sorry about that, girl, most of which are off at Venom Labs. Some are probably in some collections or not. It's hard to say, but she is a big girl. You would not want to get bit by her. She probably has 10 to 15 or maybe even 20 lethal doses in her glands of highly hemorrhagic venom. So as usual convention is we'll put a hook on top to signify that there's a snake inside, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the cage and then put fresh substrate in and put her back in. This is viperkeeper. Launch her back because this Soshirukii is going back into her container, her cage. But first, let me wipe her blast out. Because with her sitting poised to strike anything that comes near an open door here. Now is a good time to clean it, although the outside is relatively easy to clean, but it sort of teases her, and we don't like our animals striking the glass because they will hurt their face. Okay, so now on guard. Although she's a big slug, I'm still pretty certain that she could move fairly rapidly if she so desired. Come on, you're okay. Come on, you've been with me for a very long time. This is not should not be a big deal for you. There you go. See, it's all clean. I know you want to take a crap in it already, but your water dish and your hut are in there. It's just all cleaned up. And with that, we will close the door on our big booty and move on to the next cleaning of the cage. We sort of preference all this because Right now, we're all under the quarantine of the coronavirus 19 situation. Bites would not be a really good thing right now. Not that any day bites are a good thing. So only the essential snakes are getting fed. The baby snakes, the adult snakes are being cut back, but unfortunately this week is a week that most of them should be fed. So we're being very careful, and you know, these cages will need to be cleaned at some point. Are you interested in that? Huh? Alright, I'm just going to leave it and not mess with it because it will eat it or it won't regardless. At some point in the next 24 hours its cage will need to be cleaned. This one, it looks like a bit of a disaster, but we'll offer him something to eat. He looks like he's going into shed, and he looks like he's hungry anyway. So we're going to pin them rather than use the stick, because the stick sometimes pulls the cage open while we pull them.
And they're big enough that it's, you know, there's very little chance they're going to squeeze out.
Yeah, well, it's not the squeezing out. It's just that, you know, if they're pushing on the top and they push on the front at the same time, there's a small chance that they could push it to the point where they could get out. Here's one of the remaining coral cobras somewhere in here. This one will usually eat right off the tongues if I could just find her. Here she is. Oh yes, you're up to your usual self, huh? You want this to eat, huh? Or are you just going to be a crazy snake today? Are you in shed or going into shed, huh? Alright, I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to mess with her. Either she's going to eat it or not. We'll have to clean those, yes, a little later anyway. Coral cobras will get a stick because those are escape artists. Number 5, he has only eaten geckos, but we're going to try to get him transitioned over. I think the Echosocelatus got fed last week, so they're not going to get fed this week. The Sahara sand vipers did not get fed last week, so they will get fed this week. These guys could probably go some length of time without food, but I will feed them anyway. She's been here for a long time. She has never taken anything off the forceps. She just gets left food behind, and most of the time it is has disappeared when I've checked later. Now I'm not certain I have. These were what I consider to be a bit big for the other sand vipers, so we're gonna give them something later. Let's go to. These guys were fed last week. Hello there. This is a good old poop face who almost never refuses a meal. The others we're going to have to tease. The other males are going to have to tease feed for certain. And this is the male that eats and identifies like a female.
Yep.
So that's never a problem. These two are recent imports. The one on the right only has been eating live, and right now I don't know if I can get any live mice. So it will either eat or it won't, or I will have to take care of it by some other means. This one is pretty chow ready, so we're just gonna let it go. This one is in the way back, and will probably not eat, so I'm not going to offer it. We'll give it something later. Hi, bud. It's amazing how it's just like, I'm not doing anything, I don't see anything, see what I mean? Yes, that's why we don't put our fingers near the door. There you go, bud. Enjoy. Okay. Miss Green is next.
She's been waiting so patiently.
Yes.
Look at that cute face. She looks like a puppy dog.
Yes, but when she's not so puppy dog like when food is in the oven.
I bet those fangs are going pretty much through.
Yes, yeah, there's
Got some good sized little toothies there.
yeah, she does. They're probably a good 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. I don't know. I haven't measured them. All right, so let's go to this side of the room and. Mr. Pointy Nose seems to be quite interested. Sharp-nosed pit viper. Oh, you decided to put your snoot down now all of a sudden. Whoa!
Hey, yikes!
Look how fast that was. Yep, that's why people get bit. When they want to bite, they really, really want to bite. Okay, so Miss Rhino Viper. I'm not sure if she'll eat. I really don't like approaching from here because I know snakes. They sometimes prefer me over what I'm offering. And I'm directly in line of fire here, and it just makes me really nervous. There you go, good girl. And there we go, classic Bitis Rhino Viper or Gaboon. And they'll take it up in the air like that, so if it struggles, it can't possibly get any traction because it's elevated off the ground. Now we keep her light off most of the time because if she wants to get warm, she'll just sit above Mr. Snooty's light. But since she's going to eat, we'll give her a little extra heat. And if she's too hot, she'll just move to the back of the log, and this way she'll get a gradient. Also, it makes filming a lot nicer. I should have turned it on in the beginning. So we'll let her go because Mr. Weasel is back on feed, and Mr. Weasel is back in the window here, looking to see what might be in the offering. So we will find something the appropriate size for Mr. Weasel, and since he has been really sort of off feed, I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to use the longer hook.
Yeah, I think I'm going to back up. Move this little footstool back a bit too.
Yeah, he's been off feed for a while, so he's gonna get one of the bigger meals that he's gotten in a while. Hi, bud. I'm so sorry we don't have a nice girl for you, but I do have a nice rat. Will that work? Oh, it will? Okay, good for you. Yeah, you just don't see these here in the U.S. anymore. These are really beautiful, easy keeping snakes. Of course, you never want to be bitten by one, but they're really, really personable. They can be quite foul. So he was off feed because it was breeding season. He was pacing up and down and smearing the glass. I don't know what in the house he could have been scenting to possibly breed with. I think it's just instincts take over. So we gave him a big treat this time around. Last week he got something small. We gave him a big meal this week, so next week he'll get something on the smaller side. And while his mouth is full, we really ought to pull the glass and clean it, but I've got a busy schedule. We're disturbing Mr. Snooty there, and I don't really want to do that. So let's move on to Miss Mooj and I, who we molested earlier. She just shed, and I pulled a little bit off of her tail. So the whole idea was to sort of see if I can occupy her mouth, which I now successfully have. So let's see if we can carefully, and you just be ready to move.
Oh yes, if she comes flying out,
I will attempt to grab this and gently pull it back. Boy, it's really sort of stuck. Alright, well, we got rid of most of her hat. I'm not going to bother her any further.
I think you did that backwards.
Yeah, I did that backwards. So we're going to put that there and this here, even though this is a bit of poo stuck in the doorway. We'll put this. That's just a small tag of shedding. I'm not worried about it. She's happy right now. That's all that matters. Okay, so the last one in this room is this rhino viper over here. Everybody else gets mice, and some of them actually get smaller mice.
Are you already done there?
Yes, he wants another.
Mr. Buffy, big. He's eyeing that last rat like, wait, that's mine.
Okay, so here we have, well, I'll reverse the glass. I see that big pupil. She knows what's coming. Slam. There we go, up in the air, get it off the ground so it can't get away from you. And she'll put that down her gullet. Mr. Puffy!
Wait, that was mine. What happened?
Let's see, what do I got here? Do I have, let's see.
Are you going to give us a nice yawn? Stretch your fangs a little?
You know, even though he's begging, I really don't want to overfeed him. You know, even though he was not well for a while and didn't eat. That was a big rat. That was a lot of calories. So I'm not going to give him something else. Oh, we're going to burp, though, for the camera. So that's it for everybody that gets rats right now. Yes, I know you're looking at me like, no, don't leave, don't leave.
Are you wiping your face?
Okay, we're distracting Mr. Pointy Nose. So we're going to leave for now.
Oh, I know the food guy's going away. Bye.